Hello and welcome. Today, we're not just looking at a map. We're stepping back in time to when the maps were blank and the seas were filled with the unknown. Imagine a world with no compass, no GPS, and no clear understanding of the globe. There were only the stars above and the tireless spirit of those who dared to venture forth. Today, we tell the story of the early maritime explorers, the pioneers, who made some of the most courageous and consequential journeys in human history. This isn't just a story about finding new lands. It's a story of curiosity, of courage in the face of impossible odds, and of that unshakable human urge to push against the edge of what's known. The Pacific pioneers, Polynesians, and the star compass. Our story begins thousands of years ago, long before the great empires of the Mediterranean. It begins in the vast open expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Here, the Polynesians made their legendary voyages. They didn't have steel ships or advanced tools. They had a profound understanding of the natural world. They were masters of a navigation system known as the star compass. By memorizing the precise rising and setting points of hundreds of stars, they could find their direction night after night. But their knowledge went even deeper. They could read the language of the ocean itself, the subtle swell patterns created by distant islands, the temperature and color of the water, and even the flight paths of migrating seabirds. Using this incredible knowledge, they navigated over thousands of miles, settling islands from Samoa to New Zealand to Hawaii. Without a single map, they charted an entire ocean, connecting a web of distant islands and writing the first great chapter of maritime exploration. The masters of trade, Phoenicians and their purple ships. As civilizations rose in the Mediterranean, the motivation for exploration shifted from pure settlement to commerce. Around 1200 BC, the Phoenicians emerged as the undisputed masters of the sea. They were not driven by the spirit of conquest, but by the pursuit of trade and profit. Their ships, crafted from the cedar trees of their homeland, were strong and reliable. With these vessels, they dominated the entire Mediterranean Sea. They established trading colonies in places like Carthage and sailed all the way to the Iberian Peninsula, where they traded for valuable tin and other metals. Their most audacious journey might have been their venture through the Strait of Gibraltar into the treacherous waters of the Atlantic, a place then considered the edge of the world. Legends even claim they circumnavigated the continent of Africa, a feat that wouldn't be reliably confirmed for another 2 millennia. The Phoenicians guarded their sailing routes as commercial secrets. For them, the unknown parts of the ocean weren't just a mystery. They were a source of immense wealth and power. The scientific quest, the voyages of Pytheas. While the Phoenicians were focused on trade, the Greeks were driven by a different passion, a desire for knowledge. In the 4th century BC, a Greek geographer and explorer named Pytheas embarked on a journey that was revolutionary for its time. He set sail from the Mediterranean and sailed north into the cold, gray Atlantic. Pytheas explored the coasts of what we now know as Britain and Ireland. He was likely the first Mediterranean person to reach the far north, possibly sailing as far as modern-day Norway. But he didn't just record new lands, he recorded scientific data. He was the first to accurately describe the phenomenon of high and low tides, correctly attributing them to the gravitational pull of the moon. He observed the position of the sun and stars, and was one of the first to propose that the world was a sphere. Pytheas was not just an explorer, he was a pioneer of scientific observation. His quest was not for wealth, but for a deeper understanding of the world itself. A lasting legacy. The stories of these early explorers are a testament to human resilience and ambition. They sailed without the comforts of modern technology, relying on their courage, their knowledge, and their ability to read the subtle signs of nature. Their journeys remind us that humanity has always been drawn to the unknown, compelled to discover what lies beyond the next wave. Their curiosity and daring voyages laid the groundwork for the modern, interconnected world we inhabit today. The spirit of exploration never died. It only evolved.